How many characters are women?
How many?
Y'all, I'm unironically starting to believe that the art community is becoming more outrageous second by second. Like how we directly coming out of the whole not being able to draw men makes you transphobic drama and going straight into not having female characters or not having a majority female character or at least equal female character cast makes you misogynistic. Genuinely, what timeline are we living in right now? I come out of a video talking about how unrealistic standards are making it harder for people to join artfight. Not just unrealistic, just like oppressive standards. And then we get another oppressive standard. But I'm Zuri, I'm a writer and an artist, and my commissions are open, so if you ever want to check out my Twitter, but also give this video a like and comment what you think, because I want to know what y'all think about this whole topic. I swear y'all have heard about this topic, and I literally just cannot get it out of my mind. I have to let it out. So what's up, my misogynists? If you don't have at least 50% women and 50% men, or 70% women and 30% men as your original characters, well, I suppose you just must be misogynistic. I, for one, am not guilty, okay? You look on my artfight profile, I have 2 girls, 2 guys. Look, I'm cooking, right? Until you look at my actual story and I have majority men. So, yeah, I guess I'm in this boat with you guys. So yeah, unfortunately, this whole art drama, this whole issue with the art community now is that people don't have enough female characters. And if you have majority male characters, you have some sort of aversion towards women. You just don't like women. Which is so real, by the way. Just ignore that I'm a woman, but because I have, you know, more than 50% male as my cast, I suppose that I just hate women like that. Okay, let me just stop being sarcastic. I just think this is so outlandish. I don't know how this makes sense. I don't know how you can't look at a video like the one that I showed at the beginning of this video and not like giggle at it a little bit, because these people are like completely, look, I don't know if the person in that video was serious, okay? I just know that there's some commenters, right, that are very serious. Do not attack that person who I put at the beginning of the video. It definitely looked like more of a satire video than anything else, but like I've seen people in comment sections and like literally filling up with hate comments of people who just have majority male characters. I'm like, where did this come from? And I say where did this come from because it's just so outlandish to me. Like, it's actually like we're living on a different planet. Yesterday we were talking about how art is about expression and having fun, but when somebody's having fun drawing male characters, suddenly it's a problem. We need to recheck and reevaluate our priorities as a community and also realize the broader implication of a mindset like this. First of all, I want to talk about the literal objectification of women by having this sort of mindset. And like, I'm the type of person who really does not give a fuck about like having sexualized characters or nothing like that. Like, this has nothing to do with sexualization of characters or female characters or nothing like that, right? This has to do with the fact that people are considering a female character's value on the fact that they're a woman rather than their traits. And y'all in the comments, tell me if there's like a better way to phrase this, but this has more to do with the fact that these people don't consider how the woman or the female characters are written and are more so like, if it's a girl, then it's good. Now, me personally, I'm all for do what you want, express your art how you want, like all that, but like, I don't know, I'm just like the type of person that when I look at a character, I see like, oh, this is a person rather than this is a woman. Like, for example, if I saw my character for the first time, Kiko, if I saw this character for the first time, my first thought would be, wow, they look like they have like a little military outfit on, like, what is their story? I wouldn't be like, wow, that's a female. I don't know, like maybe it's because like I grew up in like a whole different community. Like I grew up on the Xbox, I would play Halo, I was playing games, like I was a gamer, bro. I was a gamer before I was an artist, and it's just like, it's like whiplash seeing how people treat certain topics when it comes to fictional art. Because with all due respect, I think that this argument that you're misogynistic if you don't have majority female characters or at least equal female characters is not benefiting them the way they think this argument is benefiting them. Because like I said, I just feel like their argument is contradictory because they use women as something to like check off of a prerequisite list rather than, you know, a character with their own traits and their own personality and their own story. I was originally going to show a video of somebody basically saying the point that I'm trying to make perfectly, but they don't have saves on, so I'm just gonna give credits to them and just say what they said. BLUVAYII. They said, no, you're not misogynist for having more male OCs than female OCs. Your misogyny is based on how you write and represent them. So for example, this game doesn't hate men simply because they have more female characters in the game. Now, they may hate letting you romance them, but they don't hate men, the team. It's very low vibration, low IQ to say something like that in my opinion. Because you just ignore how long an artist may work on a character, writing complete arcs for them, just to say, well, you don't have enough. You're never gonna do enough. That's what they're saying to these artists, you're just never gonna be able to be enough. So now, I wanna talk about the ethical concerns of saying stuff like this, and it's the fact that we are watering down such a serious term such as misogyny. Misogyny is a word that should be used in a situation where women are being taken advantage of and are put at a disadvantage by other people. Like, you can call somebody misogynistic if they're actively harassing and being hateful to women. Like, that is the way you use it. But when, oh my god, the fact that majority of these artists that these people are calling out are women, it makes you just scratch your head. Like, literally nobody's gonna take the word misogyny serious when you're calling women misogynist. Like, you heard me at the beginning, I'm guilty, bro, I'm guilty. But misogyny and misogynist is like not the only words that have been watered down by the art community, they have watered down the term racist too. Like, they called people racist for not having black characters. Like, are we dead ass? This is literally the same situation, just in a different font. And as a black woman, I don't want to be applauded for the fact that I'm black. I want to be applauded for who I am. That's just me putting myself in the shoes of, like, if I was my character, right? So let's take Kiko, for example. Kiko is black. I don't think that I would want my character Kiko being known for the fact that they're black instead of their actual story or their personality or what they do. If you agree or disagree, like, I'd be happy to engage with you in the comments if you want to talk about anything, or even, like, you know, text me on Twitter like, yo, like, you said this in your video, you want to talk about it. I'll be like, dead ass, I do. Now I want to talk about how this is affecting the art fight community, because I think it's affecting the art fight community way worse than the broader art community. Because, to be fair, this is where the topic originated from, it just got to the broader community. You don't really need to know art fight to listen to this part, it's just an event that artists can participate in for free, and they basically can have their OCs on their profile for this event, which, you know, they don't need to have their OCs on their profile, but, you know, everybody does it because that's part of the event. So that's all you need to know, right? So people are displaying their OCs so people can look at them. So the whole misogyny bit came from people going to people's profiles and seeing majority men. They're like, why is there majority men? That was the sigh of true despair. But that's besides the point. People have started basically saying that they just don't want to participate in art fight anymore because of this whole situation, which, man, I don't blame them, right? People are getting harassed, people are getting hate comments, people are scared, not only of speaking up on something that is completely common sense, look, I'm lucky I'm here on YouTube, but on other platforms it'd be crazy, but also to just post their own characters at the fear of being called either misogynist or a self-hating woman. Now, me personally, I would not give half of a fuck about all these people, but there's a lot of people who do, right? And I see you, I hear you, right? Artists, you know, we gotta come together and we just gotta say all together that this is not a okay thing. We need to stop resorting to hating on each other and insulting each other. We need to sit down for a moment and be like, maybe this is something that we should criticize a little more. But I hope you liked the video. I hope it was, like, at least a little bit insightful, and you got my opinion. You got what I think of this whole thing. I just think it's kind of, you know, it's like whatever. Like, to me, it's just whatever. Like, I really could care less. However, when it's something that gets so big, so quick, and it's like, wow, you're really calling people misogynist over this? It's just, I had to say something. I'm sorry. I'll see y'all in the next video. Goodbye.